Hey guys, it's Rebecca Oberstadt. This is part 2. This is the continuation of part 1. I split this into 2 parts so that it wasn't too long. And this part gets into more advanced things like building your grappling hook and leaving the initial starting area and things like that. So if you are interested in this, then keep watching. The game is $29.99 on Steam. I had to look it up yesterday when I was doing the description box for part 1. And sorry if there's any jumbled audio in this because the game has a tendency to glitch. This is an alpha game, brand new game.
When you face an adversary you cannot beat, remember the grappling hook bolted to your arm and take flight. It is a nomad's greatest weapon.
Now, for the grappling hook, you have to open your tech tree in order to research it, and there are several different types. You start off with the initial one, and then there's one that's built for like combat so that it's like super quick. You can use it to get the hell out of dodge. And then you have one that is built for like long uses where you like fall into a cavernous crater and you cannot figure out how to get back out. So that's like the oh shit one. You can have multiple ones, but again, you are limited to bag space. So keeping that in mind is always helpful. With the grappling hook, you'll see me like using it and testing it out after I go and gather like supplies and whatnot to build it. You use stamina, which on my screen right now, again, they've changed this. It's now triangles. If you look at that little green half moon symbol on the bottom left side of my screen, that is your stamina. Now, when I did like up, if you look at the top right where it tells you my level and then there's like a little head and there's like an exclamation mark over that that's red, that is your P screen. You hit letter P and it pulls it up. That's your character screen, and that is where you put your skills like your health, your stamina, your damage, that kind of thing. Here I'm looking for the grappling hook. I would say that 1 through 10 uses 1 skill and anything over 10 uses 2. A lot of people do a lot of health and a lot of damage and they leave their stamina and the other option at like 10. They don't really upgrade those very much. What I was trying to do when I was using that is doing like a round robin thing. So every time I leveled, I would put 1 skill point in each one and then make them all even. And then once I got to 10, there's a monkey running in the rock. So yay. I'm gonna probably go beat him up here in a second. So the thing is that you want to make sure that you have enough stamina so when you are using your grappling hook that you can hang on longer, because there are certain things that you have to gather from like the big cactuses that you have to go up and gather fruit. So the more stamina you have, the longer you can stay up there to pick the fruit. You can also release your grapple and then re-click it, which is your middle mouse button on, most mouses now have a middle mouse button. So you use your mouse button to toggle that on and off. You use the Q button to go down and the E button to go up. So when using a grappling hook, you can swing, you can go up and down, but again, all of that uses stamina. So that little green half moon symbol. When I get into the game here soon, I will have to record some more stuff because there's a lot of things that have changed since this is an alpha game. It's in like early access right now. There's still a lot of things to do and to learn, and there's not a whole lot of quests in this game other than the initial ones. So if you go to the trade station, you can get 1 quest at a time, but a lot of this is like building and building up your camps and foraging for things and finding new like treasure and stuff like that on the map. And then of course trying not to get killed by other players because, well, people are assholes. So that is one thing that I have found with this game, that you have to be careful where you're at. If you go to a trade station, make sure you scout the area before you go to leave, and don't go directly back to wherever your home base is, because you will get followed and you will get killed, and they will destroy your walker and take all your stuff. Again, there are assholes in this game. I mean, most of these people that I have seen in chat are children, because they're talking about sexual type things that, again, anybody that's 25 and under usually would discuss. And at my age, a lot of that stuff I really do not want to see. Even when I was 25 and under, I didn't want to see that stuff. But again, I'm a victim of sexual abuse, so I don't want to see that type of stuff anyways, no matter what age I am. So keep that in mind also, that a lot of kids play this game. The majority of the people on this game are guys, so you're not going to find a whole lot of females playing this game. I don't know if it's because it's a survival game or the lack of content or whatever, but not a whole lot of girls play this. I just thought it was interesting, and that's why I wanted to play it. And Jason said, oh yeah, I was looking at that. So he went ahead and bought it for himself, and then bought it for me as a gift on Steam. If you guys want to add me on like Steam, so you can see like what games I have and maybe play other Steam games with me, just let me know. I also use Epic. And of course I have a Battle.net, so if any of you guys want to add me as friends on there, then feel free to leave a comment down below with what platform, and I can leave my like username or whatever, so you can friend request me on there. Epic is a little bit harder to add people on, so you have to have their exact screen name in order to like add them, but it'll show you like what games I own from Epic, and you know, we can try and play games together. It just depends on how busy I am and what my schedule is on whether or not I'm able to play. But you know, I'm willing to try new games, and if I have a game that I've got a bunch of games that I haven't played right now, and I've got a bunch of games that I need to go back and play more of. So you know, I've got a huge list of things, but there are times when I just want to zone out and play a game that doesn't take a whole lot of brain matter, and trying to learn a new game is just not it. The other thing I want to recommend with this game is do not live stream your gameplay real time. Have a delay of either 30 seconds or up to even a minute of your gameplay, because people watch the Twitch streams, they find out what server you're on, and then they hunt you down and kill you and take your stuff. The other thing is, you can, I know Jason said you can turn off like your location services, and some of the streaming platforms you can hide some of that stuff, or like crop your screen down. You can also use, like if you're doing a camera over mode where there's like a little miniature of you somewhere on the screen, you can put your camera up over the mini map, so that, you know, as you are playing the game, you know, when you're live streaming, you end up over the mini map so that they cannot see you as easily, which is also beneficial. He said there's a way to turn off certain things in the game so that you can't see certain things. I will have to ask him for more information on that. But you know, if you hit your big map and shows where the hell you are in the map, they're gonna know exactly where you're at. Also, talking in chat, there's also voice chat in this game. It goes to everybody. So anybody that's in the map that you're on can hear you. Anybody that's in the map that you're on can also read what you're typing in general chat, unless you're talking in like clan chat or using outside sources like Discord, or like Jason and I use the Blizzard launcher because it's just easier for us. So here I'm trying to figure out, you know, how to climb things and whatnot. Anyways, I'm gonna speed this up to cut this down. I'm only leaving like the game talking parts in, but a lot of this is just running around and gathering things and trying to figure out what I have to build and what materials that I need. And I only initially built the one walker. I am trying to get up to level 19 so that we can leave this starting area. I'm currently at level 13, and as you go up you do get fragments, but killing those like little Rupu guys, the monkeys, will give you more fragments, but not always. And if you kill the same ones over and over and over again, sometimes they're just not going to drop stuff anymore. So I'm going to go ahead and pause this voiceover part here, speed up the rest of this, and then try and touch on other things that I might have forgotten in part 1, or anything that I haven't covered here so far.
There is a cactus overflowing with energy. It grows higher than the tallest walker. Seek the mystical fruit it bears.
Alright, so the game just talked about the cactus fruit that was at the top that I had mentioned a little bit ago, and that's what, you know, you can use your grappling hook to get out of things. When we leave this part of the oasis, there are like other like Rupu huts where you actually have to grapple up inside, and there's like vases that you break in order to get like treasure out of them, and there's also like Rupu vines that grow on the huts, and it makes it easier to harvest them if you're in the hut. Also, if you are being attacked by more than one Rupu and you need to bandage and get the hell out of Dodge because you're beat up, it's a really nice oh shit move. You grapple up on something, you climb up into it, and they're on the ground grunting and making ugly noises, and you're going dee 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 dee. So it's grapple is very nice to use to, you know, get out of the way of things. And I finally unlocked the grappling hook, so now I am just trying to gather the resources to build it and whatnot. There's all kinds of things that you can gather in this game, and each map has different things. So you have this map, which is your starting map, and then you have an easy map, there's a medium map, and there's a hard map. As you play through the different maps and stuff, they only last for a certain amount of time. So each map, some of them, it'll tell you like one day, so many hours left, so you only can be on that map for so long, and then you have to leave it. If your walker is not in the lobby when that map burns up, then you are SOL, like literally shit out of luck. You will need the charcoal and the ash later on in the game, but the starting out stuff, you can just kind of toss it for now until you get to medium and hard maps. Mainly the main things that you're going to need are the hides, so the Rupu fur, you can turn your fiber into cloth later. There's all kinds of things that you can craft in this game. It's very gathering and crafting heavy because you need to learn how to make this stuff. And I'm going to try and climb on this rock. So you just kind of point and shoot, and all right, it's on. Now I just have to figure out how to get the hell up there.
In times of danger, the flotilla comes apart and sails away in all directions. It gathers again near the frozen strait, before it carries us all across the sea.
So if you look just there, my stamina bar, as I was trying to get all the way up to the pinnacle up there, Jason said there was no way to get up there. If you like grapple to the very edge of it and then try and get up, then it makes it a little easier because you can hit the space bar and climb up on top. But if you run out of stamina, you will fall. So I'm trying to get up around that little ledge right there, and you just kind of like wiggle A and D back and forth to try and get it. Sometimes you can move your mouse to to get it. I'm trying to figure out a workaround here. Jason said there was no way to get up on top. I tried to figure out how to get up on top. And then once I got hooked on things, I'm like, okay, how do I get down? What button do I use to hit down? Hello, help. So Q is how you go down. I still have a hard time remembering that. Again, freaking monkey on me. And I beat him to death. Also, be very careful when you're attacking multiple targets and you have another person with you, because like I said, if you go to hit them and they go to hit them, and they can hit you in the process. So yeah, that's the first time I knocked Jason out, I laughed so hard. And I had to run over and recover him, and I felt so bad, but like again, I couldn't stop laughing. And he's like, that was mean. And I'm like, sorry, dear. So it's like, you know, you can beat each other up in this game. I mean, if you are having some issues with each other, then go right ahead and beat the hell out of each other in the game. It saves on domestic violence charges in real world. But again, you know, if you knock somebody out, that it takes them a little bit to recover, and of course their health is low and your screen goes flashing red, so I don't recommend it. But you can also kill somebody. We were fighting a bunch of Rupu, and at one point I swung to hit them, killed them, and ended up killing him in the process, which uses water off your walker. Every time you die, the water that is currently on your walker is used to revive you, and then of course you oh, and you can move while you're knocked out and dead. So use your WASD buttons to like move. You basically just kind of crawl on the ground trying to get the hell out of dodge, especially if you got a bunch of crap on you. You want to try and use your mouse button or your keyboard buttons to like try and move. Your arrow buttons do not really work in this game. It is your WASD keys that is your movement. And then of course, whichever direction you are pointing with the mouse is what direction you go, kind of a lot like Warframe with the camera angles and stuff. It took me a long time to figure out how to play like this, because I'm used to World of Warcraft where you can use WASD or the arrow buttons to move, and you don't really use your mouse a whole lot. You can use your mouse to like move in World of Warcraft. It's just not recommended, to be honest. It's kind of more of a pain in the ass than anything else. Just trying to make sure that I cover everything. Now, when you leave this area, this is kind of like a safer area where I don't know if you can be attacked in here by rogue players, but we were the only ones really starting out here. We've run into quite a few people on this game. Some people were very helpful. Some people needed help, so we stopped to help. But again, if you are, you know, there's two of us and we stop and there's like one person that needs help, then we didn't mind stopping to help. But when there was like 2 and 3 and 4 people in an area, we were kind of leery about that, because I had heard rumors and read some posts and comments on Steam about how bad some of the bigger clans are. About 1 or 2 people will act like they need help, and then they will stop and like ambush you. So that's not cool. They ambush you and then steal your stuff, and they have like massive walkers. You can build all kinds of things. The other thing is, when you hit the letter B, that is your like build screen. It shows you like what you can like build. T is your tech tree. You open that up. The very last option is your walker builds and what you can unlock for that. But if you hit P, the second option over, besides what you see for like your health, your stamina, attack, that kind of things, you have an option there to use what is called flots, which are little like hexagonal type shaped things, kind of like it's like money for this game. You have to put that in your bank. So, and it's funny, I just did air quotes for bank. When you go to a trade station, you can go there and put money in your bank. There you can also like transfer money to your clan. And I'm deciding on whether or not to unlock a new beater. Just, you know, when you're in like different options, and at the very top left of the screen, it shows you like the keyboard, it shows your character screen, it shows you what letters do what. I would recommend when you start any game, look for everything. Look for what unlocks things, look for your character controls, read everything, especially when you're starting a brand new game, because you don't know anything about this game and you need to know before you get into things. And it's like that old cartoon show that I used to watch, knowing is half the battle. When you start a brand new game, you want to make sure you read all of the information, you look at all the different things, hit all the different buttons to see what does what. I mean, if all else fails and you screw up, then you can just hopefully restart your game. And you know, start over, especially when you're like playing with somebody else. That's not always an option, but it is what it is. Oh, also you can merge things in your bag. If you have an item that is damaged in your bag, if you grab it and drag it to another item of the same type and drop it on there, it'll repair some of the damage on one or more of the things. So say you have two items, like two beat sticks that are like half damaged, or one's 3/4 the way damaged, one's half damaged. You can take that item and merge it with another one to like repair the damage on it. That was one thing that Jason figured out that I didn't know about. I just used something until it literally just broke. And you do have to continually remake things. So like the hatchet that I have on, the beat stick that I have on, those are like low level starting weapons and stuff. And as you attack more things and get more treasure and stuff, you will get better weapons. And then of course you can learn and unlock new weapons to build. The other weapons do take more resources in order to build them, but I thought that was something neat that he figured out that I didn't, just kind of messing around one day. You can again build machines that help you learn things and build other things. Sometimes you pick things up while wandering, or treasure boxes and things like that will have resources in them that you can't like, you can farm for them, but you have to have like machines in order to make like the fiber weave cloth. You will find things like that out in the wild, and you know, it is what it is. You learn as you go with this game, but it does take a lot of time. It can get quite boring if you are just gathering and gathering and building and gathering and building and gathering. When we get out into the main oasis and stuff, there are like treasure chests that you have to attack in order to unlock them. There's some that you have to use a harpoon to get into them, that where you like harpoon it and then run it over multiple times with your walker in order to break it. You cannot break it any other way. You can't break it by attacking it. You have to harpoon it and then drag it across the ground and then run over it with your walker in order to get into it, to get the treasure out of it. There are some treasure chests that you find that you have to harpoon it, but you have to use a fire harpoon. Again, that's usually on like the medium maps. We didn't find any of the fire ones on an easy map. We found those on the medium maps. And then there are towers that you can get into on the hard map where you have to grapple up and then break things on the top. Like one of them, you have to mine in order to get into it, and then you drop down in and then loot everything on the inside, and then you have to grapple your way back up. So there's all kinds of things that you can do in this game. Again, it's kind of like a sandbox MMO, and I should not have unlocked that. That is for an actual base. That I'm thinking that was for like when you unlock certain things, you really need to read what the hell it is on your tech tree in order to figure out what you're unlocking. I unlocked a chest in my tech tree that was basically for your base, not for a walker. So thankfully Jason had unlocked the one for the walker, and he built me a chest for my walker. There's only so much that you can put on the little firefly, but they're pretty quick. They're small. You can put the wings down so you're less noticeable, which is nice. So I'm going to go ahead and speed this part up here, and we'll see what else I have forgotten. I think that about covers it. I think I've covered mainly all the bases, all the general information that you're going to need to know in order to get started in this game. And again, I'm having a hard time trying to figure out how to get up high on certain things. I like to climb trees in real life, so climbing on rocks and stuff like this in this game is really fun. If you have any questions, again, feel free to leave them in the comment section down below, and I will answer them the best I can. If I cannot, I will have Jason come to the comments and leave answers, and if we don't know, then we will refer you somewhere that will actually help you figure it out. So let me know, what you think of this game. Would you be interested in playing it? I'm not like some of the other like gamers and whatnot, because of the fact that I like to show you everything I go through. I don't cut a whole lot of this stuff out, and it's just how I game. So let me know what you think down below. This is the end of part 2. This is about where the video cut off. And so, yeah, let me know if you find this helpful, and I will see you guys in another video very soon. If you have game suggestions that you would like to see me play, or would like to gift me a game to play, then please feel free to reach out, and I will give you options or ways in which you can either gift me a video game, or ways that you can like send me money through PayPal or Steam or Blizzard or whatever, so that I can purchase the game to try it out. Hopefully you all have a fantastic day, and happy gaming.